The year is 480 BC. The Persian Empire, led by the ambitious King Xerxes, has set its sights on the conquest of Greece. Xerxes didn't just bring an army. He brought a force so massive that legend says they drank entire rivers dry. Xerxes was confident. He believed the Greeks would simply bow before his overwhelming numbers. Spoiler alert, he was in for a surprise. The Greeks needed a place to make their stand. They chose Thermopylae, a narrow mountain pass where numbers meant very little. Enter King Leonidas of Sparta. He knew the odds were impossible, but he wasn't about to let the Persians walk into Greece. Leonidas rallied his elite 300, warriors trained from birth to never retreat, never surrender, and never run away. Their plan was simple: hold the pass, block the road, and make the Persian army pay for every single inch of ground. Leonidas looked at the horizon. He knew his men were the only thing standing between his people and total destruction. They repaired the old Phocian wall to strengthen their position. It wasn't much, but it was a start. Meanwhile, Xerxes sent his first wave of soldiers forward. He expected the Greeks to crumble at the mere sight of his vast army. Xerxes watched, his brow furrowed. Why aren't they running? He must have wondered. He didn't understand the Spartan spirit. In the narrow confines of the pass, the Persian numbers were useless. They were packed together, unable to maneuver. The Spartans fought like a machine. 1, 2, step, shield up, spear out. It was a brutal display of discipline. Leonidas stood at the center of it all. He wasn't just a king, he was a warrior in the mud with his brothers. The first day ended. The Persians had failed. But Xerxes was just getting started, and he had a dark plan brewing. The dawn broke over the pass of Thermopylae, a narrow bottleneck where the sheer mountain met the sea, perfect for a stand. Xerxes threw his first waves against the Greeks. He expected an easy victory, but he had severely miscalculated the terrain. The Spartans fought in a tight phalanx, their shields overlapping, their spears creating a literal wall of iron and wood. The Persians were funneled into the narrow space. Their numerical advantage meant nothing when they were forced to fight only a few at a time. Why do they not break? He sent in his best men, the Immortals. Even they found no purchase against the Spartan bronze. Leonidas led from the front. He knew that every minute they held was a minute for Greece to prepare. The King of Kings was losing his patience. The legend of his invincibility was crumbling in front of 300 men. The Greeks were exhausted, but their spirits remained unbreakable. They were Spartans, after all. The Persians were starting to fear the men behind the shields. They called them demons. Inside the tent, the mood was solemn. They knew the cost of their defiance, and they accepted it. The night brought a brief respite, but the air was thick with the scent of smoke and the weight of the coming day. They didn't talk of glory or gold. They talked of home and the duty they owed their brothers. But just when things were looking up, a local trader showed the Persians a secret mountain path. The trap was set. The king looked up at the heights. He felt the cold breeze of betrayal before it even reached him. But just when things were looking up, a local trader showed the Persians a secret mountain path. The trap was set. They report a Persian force moving south.
Sire, we are outflanked.
We hold the pass. Prepare the men. He ordered the bulk of the Greek army to retreat, but he and his 300 Spartans would stay. Honor demanded it. The Persians swarmed from both sides. There was nowhere left to run. This was the end. Leonidas fought like a demon. Every swing of his spear took a life, but for every Persian that fell, 2 more took his place. He knew he wouldn't survive the day. But his sacrifice would buy the rest of Greece the time they needed to prepare. The 300 fought until their spears shattered and their swords dulled. They fought with their bare hands when they had to. It wasn't about winning anymore. It was about showing the enemy that Sparta does not surrender. By the end, not a single Spartan remained standing. They had all fallen in the pass. Xerxes had won the pass, but the cost was astronomical. He looked upon the dead with more fear than triumph. Their death became a rallying cry. All of Greece was now united against the Persian threat. Go tell the Spartans, stranger passing by, that here, obedient to their laws, we lie. The 300 didn't just fight a battle. They created a legend that has inspired the world for 2.5 millennia. If you enjoyed this deep dive into history, make sure to like and subscribe for more epic tales of the past.